I'm out of it.
Right. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. No. Now, ito yung mga statements ni Inday, no, during the press con. They were very, anong tawag dito, no? Although they were hyperbole, no, of some sort, they were very insulting for some people, no. And in fact, yung insulting statement daw doon, no, is yung sinabi nga ni Inday na pag hindi daw siya tinatantanan ng mga Marcoses atake sa kanya, huhukayin niya daw yung katawan ng Marcos Sr. doon sa libingan ng mga bayani at tatapon daw niya sa West Philippine Sea. Of course, I don't, Inday, this is a release na talagang ano yan, literal ang meaning nun. But it was a statement of, anong tawag nito? It was a statement of frustration, no? Kumbaga, no? What's your take on that, no? On the basis of the very few times na magkasama kayo ni Inday, no?
Alam mo, yung mga patikos na lumalabas laban kay Vice President Inday Sara Duterte right after yung kanyang statement ng mga binitawan sa kanyang press conference, ito'y political noise na lang, EB, dahil meant to further debase, disparage, and discredit Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Pero doon sa higit na nakakarami, na nakakaunawa, figure of speech lang po iyon to give stress and emphasis na kung gaano yung kanyang galit sa ginagawa maraming kamalian ng administrasyon ni Bongbong Marcos. At ipinapakita lamang niya na handa siyang tumindig para sa higit na nakararaming Pilipino. At handa siyang ipaglaban hindi yung kanyang sarili, hindi yung kanyang posisyon bilang Vice President, kung hindi, uulitin ko, we need to protect the 32 million Filipinos who voted Inday Sara to be our Vice President. Si Inday Sara is just emblematic or symbolism of the office of the Vice President. Ang higit na mahalaga na dapat natin protektahan kayo, tayo, dahil linalapastangan tayo ng ilang mga mambabatas para lang isulong yung kanilang layunin na mapanatili ang kanilang sarili at yung mga patron nila beyond their term of office, na yun lang naman ang kasunduan mo, yung social contract mo with the Filipino people. They were elected for a period of 6 years.
Right.
Hanggang doon ka lang.
Tama.
Huwag kang lalagpas doon. At huwag mong aakayin ang buong bansa sa bingit o sa dulo ng bangin at isasadsad mo kami kasama mo para lamang mapanatili ang inyong pamilya, the Marcos, the Romualdez, and the Marcos to in their respective position. Kunin ko na rin itong pagkakataon ito, Ibi. That's why I feel strongly about this midterm election, because I know, I personally know, and I have a feeling, yung mga kababayan natin, alam ko rin na alam ninyo what is at stake for the country this coming midterm election. If we're not going to resist this ongoing tyranny, if we are not going to resist this undeclared martial law, if we are not going to resist this dictatorship that is happening right in our very own midst, ang immediate po nilang gagawin pag hindi natin sila pinigilan, tatanggalin nila, i-impeach nila si Vice President Sara Duterte. Hindi, again, I do not have the authority to speak on behalf of Inday Sara. I am not even her lawyer, but I speak as a Filipino. I speak as a lawyer and I speak as an officer of the court. Huwag po tayong pumayag dahil uulitin ko, si Vice President Inday Sara, siya lamang ang sumisimbolo sa posisyon ng pagiging pangalawang Pangulo. But ultimately, ang lalapastanganin nila ay ang ating saligang batas at ang mandato ng 32 million Filipinos who voted her legally, constitutionally, lawfully, and democratically as our Vice President. That is for the immediate term.
Right.
For the midterm, we will witness, God forbid, a transitioning of the form of government from presidential to parliamentary para lamang mapanatili ang kanilang angkan sa posisyon at sa poder. And in the long term, kawawa po ang mga kabataang Pilipino at ang mga kabataang Pilipinong darating pa sa mundong ito dahil uubusin ho nila ang pera nating mga Pilipino. Yan ang nakataya ngayong darating na midterm election. Dapat maunawaan ninyo ito, dapat magsama-sama tayo, dapat natin silang